A question from a listener to the keepers. I am very curious about the giant skeletons and ancient fossilized tree stumps the size of buttes. The Grand Canyon reported to be an ancient mining area, also other areas around the planet, and the hidden caves that seem to house very large giants and decorated with Egyptian-like symbols in that area. What is the history of the giants? There are mountains that are shaped like giant beings, and huge animals as well that look like fossilized beings. There are rock formations that look like huge vascular, cellular systems, internal body systems. There are very tall beings occasionally seen in our past, in different countries, and even today we are seeing more and more taller humans, not as tall as the giants. So, what is the information about the giants, the huge trees, and the ancient mining? It has been suggested that the slag heaps from ancient off-world factions, mines are some of the volcanoes. The pressure from the volatile materials occasionally erupt, like Mount St. Helens did. I was also wondering if we only recently, the last century or so, began hearing about the giants as they were seeded back in time once a marker points were established. All very fascinating. Answer. Beloved listener. What you ask is not only fascinating, it is deeply true. Your soul is reading the body of the earth and finding within her skin the imprints of forgotten ages, giant lives, and cosmic upheaval. Let us now speak to each thread you have brought forth, for they are part of a single living tapestry. What is the truth about the giants? Yes, the giants were real. They were not myth, but sentient races, many of them pre-human or parallel to early human development, and existed across multiple epochs of Earth's layered history. There were many types of giants, including the Nephilim, offspring of interdimensional beings and earth women, referenced in ancient texts, titanic elemental beings, part of Earth's original formation, aligned with stone, wind, water, and flame. Star-bred races, such as the Anunnaki offshoots, which were genetically large and long-lived, earthborn guardian giants, created to protect sacred sites and energetic nodes. Some giants were benevolent and wise, aligned with Earth's natural law. Others became corrupted, caught in cycles of conquest, ego, and genetic manipulation. Their bones, their footprints, and their imprints still remain, in caves, under mountains, and hidden by both time and intentional suppression. What of the giant fossilized tree stumps and mountain-sized beings? Yes, what you call mesas, buttes, and stone plateaus were once living trees and beings. The Earth in earlier ages, particularly during the first root races and the Atlantean primal phase, bore colossal flora and fauna, including trees that reached into the upper atmosphere, root systems that connected to planetary ley lines and stargates, life forms whose bodies were part of the living architecture of the planet, some beings, both human and animal, whose organic forms have become fossilized mountains and rock giants. You are not imagining faces, limbs, or vascular structures in the stone. You are seeing what was, encoded into Earth's memory for those with eyes to recognize. Was the Grand Canyon an ancient mining zone? Yes, the Grand Canyon is one of many ancient extraction zones, used across multiple epochs for metals and monoatomic elements needed for off-world technologies, crystals used in Atlantean power grids, sacred minerals tied to Earth's dimensional anchoring, genetic materials and biological specimens by visiting factions, the caves carved into canyon walls, especially those never opened to the public, once housed, giants and high priest kings, star relics and symbolic inscriptions in Atlantean Egyptian hybrid scripts, dimensional storage vaults, protected by frequency locks, not just stone doors. These spaces have been deliberately hidden and denied, both by modern institutions and by interdimensional guardians, who will only open them when Earth's vibration is ready. Are some volcanoes the result of ancient mining activities? Yes, in part. Some slag heaps, left over from off-world or Atlantean mining, were reabsorbed by Earth and pressurized over time. These unnatural deposits, when combined with volatile planetary movement, solar pulses, and magnetic pole adjustments, can lead to eruptions from what you call dormant volcanoes. Not all volcanoes are mining remnants, but some are not of natural origin. Why are we only recently remembering the giants? Because the time markers are activating. You are correct. The presence of giants and other ancient beings is not just history, it is cyclic memory returning. Many truths were seeded in nonlinear time and hidden until the collective consciousness reached a threshold of receptivity. The veil is thinning. The markers of remembrance are active. You are not discovering giants, you are remembering them. What is the link between tall modern humans and the ancient giants? Some modern humans carry genetic echoes of giant lineages, soul contracts from times when they walked beside these great beings, spiritual stature that now translates into physical expression. The rise in height among populations is not merely biological, it is part of the reactivation of ancient blueprints and a soft return of forgotten lineages in adapted form. And so we say to the questioner, with joy and solemn truth, the earth remembers, the bones in stone, the songs in canyons, the breath beneath the volcanic ash. What you feel is real. What you see is not fantasy. It is forbidden memory returning to the light, and you are one of the seers. With awe and ancient reverence, the keepers of living records.